We are at day number 4 of my favorite demos of Steam Next Fest June 2025. Even more roguelikes and deck builders and all varieties of indie games we're going to be covering today. We're beginning with the updated demo for Hellclock. The game was pushed back its release to July, but they have a new demo in time for Next Fest. This is an action roguelite that is based off of the war in Canudos in Brazil in 1896. But I don't think the war had roguelite loot and demons to fight. We are trying to save our mentor while descending into a hellish dimension with gun and clock on hand. The game itself is designed to be very much a very fast-paced ARPG. To wit, when you start a run, you have blessed gear. Those are your persistent elements, but all the kind of like trinkets and passive bonuses that you find are randomly chosen and will drop during play, and they are also auto-equipped. The kind of a push here is that you are on the clock to get as far down as you can before time runs out and you are sent back to the surface. When you get back up there, you'll be able to use resources you gather in order to kind of upgrade your meta progression. This includes starting with higher base damage, greater chance of getting better gear, and of course, more time on said clock. The game features a hardcore mode, which is a little bit weird, that you lose your save if you die, but at any time you can pause the game and just end the run and you are perfectly fine. So keep that in mind if you want to play on that difficulty. The fast-paced nature also keeps in track with your different skills. As you get further down, you'll unlock different skills, and artifacts that you find, relics, can be equipped that can change the properties of your skills. So the game is really designed to be this kind of roguelite ARPG. So if you are someone who likes like very meaty builds and combinations like that, I don't know if Hellclock will quite work in that respect. But if you're looking for a more like streamlined take on the ARPG formula, where it's more again about 10 or even less minutes of very rapid fire ARPG progression and combat, I would give this one a try. I'm interested to see where the full game will go, both in terms of depth as well as any additional like difficulty modifiers, progressive difficulty, that kind of thing. Now we switch over to Everdeep Aurora. This is a kind of, I guess, platforming adventure game where you play an adorable cat who lives underground, and we are trying to find our mother, and we're going to be exploring the strange world with drill and some cosmetics in hand to do so. The game itself is kind of billed more as an adventure game than a pure platformer, as you'll be searching for a variety of items, trying to figure out where things are, and using your drill in order to make progress. It can be a little disorienting to play this game because it makes use of you kind of entering doors both in the fore and backgrounds with no kind of mapping system. And even at the end of this demo, I'm still a little bit confused as to what the actual gameplay loop is going to be. There was no combat. You have your drill and you have a jump and wall jump. But again, the game didn't quite give us like too much in terms of difficulty or movement tech. Still a very charming world, and I like the kind of like retro like Game Boy style aesthetic to it. So this one would definitely be for more of like a kind of like platforming adventure style fan, at least from this demo, but I am interested to see where it is going to lead in the main game. For our next game, it is one that I can't really pronounce the title, so here it is on the screen. This is a dungeon crawler, kind of with a pinch of Darkest Dungeon thrown in. You are a prisoner in a mysterious dungeon. In order to get out, you're going to team up with the variety of prisoners and try to stage a breakout. The game itself is moved in or controlled in real time. If you play any kind of modern day dungeon crawler, you'll be familiar with the controls there. Combat is turn-based, as you and your party will take turns, of course, trying to beat up the enemy. Where the twist of this one comes in is that your party members each belong to a specific profession. This affects what skills they'll be able to use in combat and what they'll be able to learn. Characters can teach other party members specific skills. Those all you kind of spread out like healing effects, a really good combat spell, etc., etc. The twist and why this is important is that like Darkest Dungeon, characters can permanently die. Whenever a character runs completely out of health, there is a chance they'll gain a wound. For each wound on them, the next time they run out of health, they will have a chance of being permanently killed. So of course, if you run out of all your party members, you're kind of stuck in this game. It's hard to tell from the demo just how easy or hard the main game is going to be. This is at the end of the day a turn-based RPG. There's no dodge rolling, action commands, that kind of thing. It really becomes a battle of numbers. I like the art style of this one, kind of going for this, I'm not quite sure how I want to say, like decrepit look and vibe to everything, with some very interesting creature designs. So if you're looking for another challenging dungeon crawler to check out, then this one could be worth your time. We now switch over to Chrono Gear. This is an action platformer where you have the power of time on your side, and you're trying to save it by going to a series of very whimsical and delightful 2D platforming levels. Our key element here is that you have the power of time, and at any point you can slow down or speed up time provided you have meter for it. The blue meter is slow while the kind of yellowish orange meter is fast. When you're in fast mode, your attacks are moving at double speed and you can do a lot more damage to enemies. In slow mode, you get a invincibility field around your character that will stop any damage, but will be eaten up if you take a hit while you have it. And you're going to be exploring a variety of levels, fighting all manner of strange and interesting characters and bosses, and repeating that. I found this one to be very delightful. It reminds me a little bit of playing a Touhou Luna Nights with kind of the time manipulation power, but this one is definitely more action platformer centric, so there's no leveling up or anything like that. Controls really nicely. I love the animation and the kind of style this one has. And what we have here looks like it's going to be just a really solid modern retro 2D platformer. So if you are a fan of slowing or speeding up time and will do some jumping around, definitely give this demo a try, and I do really want to look at the finished game when it is released. And for the last game of today's video, we go to Synthetic Hopes. This is a 2D puzzle platformer where color is going to be our solution. We play an android trying to escape from slavery in a cyberpunk dystopian future. And we're going to have to, well, camouflage our way around multiple cameras and other detection gear in order to do so. Color and color matching is the game here. You'll be able to hold a color element in both of your arms, and you can also combine colors by equipping two onto the same arm. You have to match the color to the light in order to obscure it, and then you're able to move forward. And once you get through, you'll move on to the next set of puzzles. This one controls very nicely, but at the end of the day, this is a puzzle platformer, so if you're hoping for like Super Meat Boy level challenges, it's not going to be that game. I'm interested to see kind of like what other advanced mechanics will be in the finished game, as we just kind of went through most of the demo, which is all simply color combining and color matching. Now, the developers have said on the store page that if you do suffer from color blindness, they will have colorblind mode so that anyone will be able to play this one. I found it to be very delightful, and as I said, I'm interested to see like what other puzzle elements and mechanics will be in the full game. If you are a puzzle platformer fan and you like to do a bit of painting along the way, then I would give this one a try. With that, another showcase is done, but we still have plenty more streams and videos left. Then what do you think about these games down below? And I will see everyone for our next stream and showcase. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.